guy. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for coming through, bro. For real, for real.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. So now that we got you here, Mr. SummerSendoff, let's talk about it. So explain a little bit of the history and, you know, how you got into cars, what you started off with, and we're gonna work our way all the way to you evolving into having your own show and things like that.
Started in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
We used to have a show called The Wheel of Times in our area in Brockton.
Yeah.
And I used to just go and I used to just fall in love with what people were doing, their creative ideas, the paint, everything, you know, just taking all their ideas and making them happen. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And one day I was getting ready to get a haircut, and my barber was like, hey, let's go outside real quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's go. So he's like, yo, what do you think of my car? I'm like, I don't know, what? And he was like, look at it, it's tucking. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I got air ride. And I was like, oh shit. So like we started talking, and then I was like, damn, that's cool, man. Like, and he's like, yo, you should be in our club. And I was like, I'll go by a meeting and see what's up. I had my Chrysler Sebring, and I was just around a bunch of other kids my age. And
how'd you get the Sebring? Like, what made you get a Sebring over? Because I know that era, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Like,
it was just the first car I could afford.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. And it was pretty cool because I went to the meeting, and you know, these guys had Toyota Corollas hooked up on air ride. They had Honda Accords, Honda Civics, and I'm going, all right. And I knew the guys, you know what I mean? I knew them like playing baseball when we were younger and in school and stuff. And they're like, yo, you should become part of our crew. I was like, all right, cool, I'll take a look. And they were like, you know, we have requirements. And I was like, okay, what are the requirements? They're like, you have to do modifications to your car. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we just started looking around and bought a body kit, bought the Lambo doors, bought the air ride, and it just kind of ballooned from there.
Yeah.
It just ballooned.
So moving into now, you're hosting your own shows. What made you get into like wanting to host your own shows?
I think I went to Hot Import Nights when it was at the Bayside.
Yeah.
And I used to love going to the shows and seeing like the camaraderie and everyone like getting together, everyone getting excited to go someplace. Like Hot Import Nights was the biggest show around. And I was just like, you know, I kind of want to do my own car show. And I was in the car club.
Yeah.
And the guys were like, yo, we want to do a show. So I'm like, all right. I talked to the property owner where I work, and I asked him, and he just gave me some rules, and he was like, all right, cool. I went back to the guys. I explained to them what the rules were, and you know, we had some disagreements on it, and I just said, okay, cool. I respect it, but I'm gonna try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
It fails or it takes off, and we did it. I want to say we started scheduling everything in like May of 2005, and the show was in August.
Yeah.
So and like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know trophy guys. I didn't know anything. So it got like really like I don't know what to do, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
But that balance has got to be different, because going from enthusiasts pulling up to the shows, I mean, it does help, because me in my shoes, it let me know, okay, what did I like about going to other shows? And that kind of was like the footprint for, you know, how I wanted to host my shows. Like, okay, from roll in to roll out, hey, does it take forever for people to go in and forever for people to go out? Other things like that. What was some of the, I guess, challenges that you kind of went through from going from enthusiasts to now hosting your own events?
The biggest challenge is just like I got burnt out as the person going to the show. You just pull in, you clean your car, and you can walk away. You have no care in the world.
Exactly.
When you hosting the show, you have to make sure that the roll-in is good, the paperwork is good, the awards are all accounted for, the shirts, if you're selling merchandise, are all there. The team knows what they're doing. You got to get police. You got to get, you know, just a bunch of different steps to make sure that everyone's safe, make sure no one's in the buildings, and then make sure that everyone leaves safely. You know what I mean? So it's just night and day. You know, as a competitor, you drive in, you leave, you don't worry about nothing. I have to make sure that the trash is cleaned up, and you know, so it's a lot. It's very big difference.
Now, managing the shows, I know you have the team, and the team essentially grows as a family. I mean, how'd you guys I guess come together? I mean, we've worked together on the dock and things like that, and I got some insight, but coming together as a team and evolving as a family, how's that been over the years?
Dope. It's been dope, man. I've met some really cool people along the way while doing the car show. Jamie.
Yeah.
Jamie was there. Jamie was there in 05.
Yeah.
We went from competing against each other to me asking him questions when he goes to shows. Hey, what do you think about the show? And we bounced ideas off of each other, and we actually became really good friends. I was in his wedding. I can go to his house we have parties at his house.
Yeah.
Santo was one of the first people to help too. He was there. I grew up playing baseball with him, and we just stayed friends throughout. He's the one that brought me further into cars. He was teaching me, helping me hook up my Chrysler. So Santos was a big part too, and as you do this stuff, people see that you're genuine, and they see that that you're just trying to do something.
Yeah.
And they want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? They want to be a part of something. They see the potential and they want to just be a part of it.
Yeah.
You treat people right. You make sure that everything tries to go as smooth as possible, and people will want to support you and help you.
So, taking a break from the car stuff, you jumped from a Sebring to an Accord. I mean, how does that? That's two different spectrums. You know what I'm saying? It's like going from a Trans Am to an MR2, where they're both iconic in each end of the thing. But how'd you fall into the Accord? What made you get into an Accord?
The funny thing was the Accord wasn't the first car. I actually sold my car back in I think 08, 09. And I concentrated more on doing the car show stuff and everything else. And once I talked to my wife and we were figuring stuff out, I was like, I kind of want to get a car again, and I want to just get into a cruiser. That's all it was supposed to be, just get into a cruiser.
Yeah.
And I actually found an 86 Volkswagen Rabbit, and I called somebody to help me look at it, German person that knows the German cars. And I was like, take a look at it, tell me what you think. And the place that had it never called me back.
Okay.
And I was like, damn. So again, I'm looking around at different cars, and I'm seeing the mid 2000 11s, 12s. I'm seeing all those cars, and I'm like, I don't want that. I want something different.
Yeah.
And I actually found my car in Framingham, and I went out there with a buddy of mine. He took a look at it, and he was like, for the money that it costs, he's like, I would try it. I'm like, all right. So I bought it.
Yeah.
And again, it started off as just a get in the car and drive.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm buying the
Never
JDM
lies.
headlights, the
Never
JDM
lies.
taillights. I'm doing the interior. I'm doing music. I'm doing air rides.
Yeah.
The lip kit, and I'm going, damn, I'm really crazy into this car now, and it's been a wild ride, but it's been good because it's a one-off build. I don't think you'll see any other car like it around here.
All right. Family life, man, it's from my end, it's definitely, you got to find the balance and the reasoning, between the misses and everything like that and the kids. How do you find the balance where you're not, too lost in the car stuff, but also not losing your grip on things with the business because you're more focused on the family? What's that like?
It's been a struggle. It's been tough. That was the reason why I took the break originally. It just got too much. I was going to every show, trying to network, and I had to hit that button and go, all right, I need to take a break because I'm burnt out.
Yeah.
And I said when we came back, I talked to my wife and I said, if it gets out of hand, just tell me and we'll stop.
Yeah.
And she hasn't said it yet. I've been trying to, unfortunately, I go to less shows now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I try to rely more on social media. I go to less shows, but I have to do what I have to do because my daughter's 8. She's gonna be growing up, and I'm gonna be at every car show, and she's gonna be growing up, and I'm gonna miss it. So
yeah, we can't miss those moments.
No, you definitely can't miss those.
Can't sacrifice it. With me, it's always family first at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I remember it was the first class fitment, and everybody was like, "Oh, we're going. It's the last one. It's the last one. It's the last one." And I said, "I'm all set." They're like, "You're not going?" It's like, "Dude, every time we see you, you're in Jersey. Like, you're not going to first class." I'm like, "Nah, it's my son's birthday."
Yeah.
It's all right. I went to other ones. I had plenty of experiences, plenty of memories.
The Tuna Evo in Philly. Yeah. Everyone says got to go to that one. Yeah. That falls on my daughter's birthday on that weekend, and I'm like, I can't go.
Yeah.
I can't go.
This year, it's weird. It's August, first week in August.
I can't. Your show's the first week in August. You got to meet the first week.
I know.
So I gotta support you. You know. Yeah. So I gotta make sure that I'm there to help out with whatever you need.
So we talked about the balance in the family life, you know, and we have the kids, we have the wives, and things like that, which is pretty dope. How involved is the kids and the family in your car show and the process of that?
100%. Yeah. You know, Jen. Everybody sees me, but Jen is the main person. She does, all the paperwork. She does all the organizing. So she's been a tremendous help. Yeah. What's actually pretty dope to me is being able to include my daughter. Okay. She loves the camera. Yeah. She loves being in front of the camera, and that, like, I like hanging out with you guys and doing the stuff with you guys, but seeing her have so much fun doing it, and like she plays the roles serious, like the Halloween stuff. I'm like, you get to do this, and she's like, all right. So she's doing the makeup and stuff like that, and then when we did the documentary shoot, I made sure she was in that, and doing like the last shoot that we did, the NWO one, she was super serious with that one. And I said, you got to be serious, and she goes, okay, and she just.
Yeah, stone face, bro. She wasn't playing.
My son was involved in it at an early age. I used to take him to like the hot import nights and stuff like that. But he's kind of faded off. I want him to do whatever makes him happy. You know what I mean? So he's there the day of the show, but I think he's grown out of it a little bit.
So we've both been in this game for a while, and we've seen a lot of things that have changed, and seen a lot of things that have evolved. Some things have stayed the same, and like they say, in time, most things go full circle. What's some of the trends that you've noticed with the car scene, especially up here for us up north? What's some of the good things and some of the bad things? Some of the things that you want to see change, and some of the things that you're looking forward to seeing actually change and grow within the car community?
Okay, so that was like a multiple part question. What I like about the scene is I've noticed this year through our pre-registrations, different names. Yeah. So I feel like different people are doing cars, stuff like that. They're getting more involved, so that's pretty dope. I like that a lot. The negatives, I just feel like a lot of people are doing shows, and like they're not putting in the full effort. They just go, yeah, we're just gonna host a show. We're just gonna host a show. And to me, I put a lot of pride and effort into our show, and I would just like to see people maybe step it up. I get it, not everyone has the creativity, but maybe just step it up a little bit and not just have a parking lot and just cars. Like, have a little bit more to do, you know what I mean? And involve people and stuff like that.
Do you think the brand of car show is becoming watered down now?
I think car meet has taken over car shows.
Very true.
I think people would rather chill for free in a parking lot than actually hook up their cars and pay a price to get into a show for an award. Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And speaking of awards, what's it like having awards? I mean, are you stringent with your judging? Like, how's that?
I mean, we have to understand that none of these cars are trailer queens. These cars that come in are everyday cars. Yeah. You have to respect them and judge them for the way that they are. You know what I mean? Some are going to be perfect, some are not going to be perfect. Some people can't afford the authentic JDM parts. Some people can afford reps. You just have to when you're judging it, you just have to respect the person's car. Understand that everybody's budget's different, and that person may win or they may lose, and they may come up to you and go, hey, what can I do to improve my car? And you kind of tell them and walk them through. You don't shit on anybody. You just tell them, hey, this is what I think you can improve on. This is what I think you can improve on. Help the future instead of putting down the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like I always said, it's easier to criticize than contribute. So as far as cars go, I know you've seen a lot. You've had to see a lot. Is there one over the years that really caught your eye? It was just like, damn, this is a nice build.
Damn, that's a
Put you on the spot.
yeah. Matt from Custom Creations, when he had the Acura,
Okay.
it was a 4-door. He turned it into a 2-door.
Oh, okay.
Then he chopped the top off, and then he put a Mercedes conversion in front and back, painted it lime green, did the motor swap, and then he had the reverse Lambo doors and the doors spun. I thought that was
that's a build.
that was a heavy build. That was a heavy build.
We've seen a build like that though.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Peter Newell.
Yeah.
He always has some fire cars.
Yeah.
Tony Delgado, that guy. I sat in the shop. He helps, and he does like custom awards for us.
Yeah.
And I sat in the shop and watched him like tape the award off and everything, and I'm going, that's a lot of tape, man.
Yeah.
And he'll just pull it off and he'll just go over because he's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So that, like watching that process of like a painter, like that's pretty dope. I mean, unique build, my buddy Jamie.
Yeah.
You've seen his Lodestar.
Yeah,
That thing is pretty crazy. That thing is pretty crazy. I love mini trucks. I love mini trucks. I love rat rods. Those attract me like right away. So anything rat rod, I'll take a look at. Anything mini truck, I'll take a look at.
Yeah.
But I think those couple of builds pretty much stand out for me.
So, I mean, you got your own car though. What's it like having your own car at your own show?
It's pretty cool, man. You know, it's to see my car where it started, and like seeing it throughout the years, and actually now the way that it is, I can actually consider it a car show car.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very heavy on the car has to be modded from the front to the back. I'm very heavy on that to say my car is a car show car.
Yeah. And speaking on the car, I mean, give a little bit of details and the mods and things like that. What have you done to the car itself? I mean, we've dropped the B-roll sequence and things like that, but like, what's, I guess, the mod list for the car?
Engine-wise, we have a H22 with a LSD trans. We have the JDM headlights. We have the JDM taillights. Custom interior. We have air ride. We have a customized stereo system with some old school MTX stuff. I got a lip kit, the JDM bumpers, and then, you know, obviously we painted the whole car over.
So much for hopping the car and driving.
Yeah, that went out the window a long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah, we all get that bug. It's crazy. The M for me was supposed to be, nah, I don't need a mod in. I still got the green one that I gotta bring back out, so I'll take all the engine I wanna do. And I was just like, I hate being stock ride height.
It's what we do, man. It's what we do. We start looking at, you're at home and then you start looking at parts and you start looking online and going,
Facebook Marketplace is the kryptonite, man. Oh my God, bro. You start seeing stuff, you're just like,
going into
all
forums.
right, I'm only gonna get wheels. Okay, but I don't like the ride height on wheels, so then I'm gonna get coilovers. No, but bags are cheap right now, and it just adds up. It ends up bundling up. It's nuts. In the car community, going to all these different shows, meeting all these different people and things like that. What type of doors has you being a promoter has opened up for you?
It's opened up a couple of doors. Being able to go into shops, have their support. They sponsor the show, whether it with awards or, you know, spreading the word, stuff like that. We have people make custom awards that normally would cost money.
Yeah.
They donate them. They donate the raffle stuff. Being able to go to SEMA.
What's SEMA like?
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. I've been very lucky to go since 2015.
So I heard the mix. I heard, you know, really great, and then I heard like some of the cars like.
Again, you have to take them for what they are.
Yeah.
You know, some cars are finished, some cars are not, some cars are perfect, some cars are not. But just being in that atmosphere and being able to see the guys that you see on TV right in front of you, or seeing the cars that you watch build on TV right in front of you, it's
How
pretty
many
dope.
days is SEMA? How many days you usually stay for? How many days you go, I guess?
It usually starts the first week in November. So it's usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
and their final day is Friday. And then Friday night, they all leave the convention center and they go into another field.
Yeah.
And they have like a big party there where they do everything. I usually go like Wednesday to Saturday.
Okay.
And
What's that itinerary like for you? Like, do you hit the show the first day, like to walk around a million miles? Like, what are you doing?
honestly, I got jet lagged. I got SEMA lagged because like I said, I've been lucky to go so much that, you know, I'll go for a part of the day instead of the full day.
Yeah.
And then I'll go do something else. And then I'll go back the next day, do a little bit more. Cause there's like, I think 4 or 5 rooms.
Okay.
So you try to hit as many rooms as you can in like one day and then go, all right, you know, I'm leaving. I'll leave at 3. It closes at 5, I'll leave at 3.
Yeah, what I like about SEMA is like every year you don't expect the same thing. Yes, it's a similar layout and format, but you see new builds, new people, new cars, you know, and it's just like your show. You know, every year it's something different. What's it like doing that? I mean, with also like the themes as well. Like you guys are constantly changing up, and how's that for you being a creative and putting that together?
It just challenges us, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we just did the same show every year, people would get bored of it. You know, last year we did, 2019 we did dog tags. We did champagne bottles. We've done, what else did we do? Nintendo Awards last year.
Yeah.
They actually lit up and everything like that. So I think this year's wrestling. So the awards,
dope.
the awards are gonna look like a wrestling belt.
Yeah.
But it's more challenging us to be more creative. How can we separate ourselves from everybody else? What can we do that some people might go, oh, that's stupid. But then when you see them in person, they go, yo, that video was fire. Yo, I love how you guys did that. Or yo, I love that. Like, and you know, they NWO, man, that's a great theme. That's this, and that is what, you know, like I said, just challenging to make people remember the stuff that we do.
Okay, so I see you switch things up. Just like last year, you have the meet coming up.
Yep.
Then you have the show coming up. What's the dates for those so we can let everybody know what's the dates?
The meet is Sunday, June 25th, and that is first come, first serve on the spacing. And then the car show is August 13th, and you have to pre-register for that at www.ssocarshow.com.
And I'm gonna drop all that information in the description box below. So if you guys haven't registered yet, you're slacking and you need to get it together. Seriously. So ending everything, I want to start asking people 2 questions. First question: the car scene and the car community as an enthusiast, what do you feel was the best years for the car scene?
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
What makes you say that?
Everybody was modding cars.
Yeah.
Everybody was modding cars, whether it was conversions, front and back conversions, interiors, Lambo doors, suicide. Air ride was like not a necessity. If you had it, it was dope, but not everybody had it. Where now I feel like you have to have it. You
What
know
was the vibe like back then?
It was competitive.
Yeah.
It was competitive, but it was good though because it made people want to modify their cars. You know, now you go to a show and there's 50 categories. Back then it was 10.
True.
And it was what it was, you know what I mean? And you had to go, all right, you know, I have to go back to the drawing board. This guy beat me. I want to make sure that I beat him at the next show. So it was very competitive.
Any specific shows from back then that you missed?
Magnetic Minis.
Yeah?
Yeah, Magnetic Minis was my favorite.
What was that about?
Mini truck show.
Okay.
Mini truck show, but I used to go out there with my team and we would go there with the import cars. And it was just like 3-4 days of everybody just hanging out. So you had lifted trucks, you had trucks on air ride, you had SUVs, you had imports, and everybody, the hotels, nobody was causing a ruckus. Everybody was just there chilling, vibing. Yo, you want a drink? Yo, I got drinks. Open up the hatch. They had the TVs. People just hanging out, listening to music. Like that was like my favorite show of all time.
Okay. Now, second question. What's next?
We have next year's theme picked out.
Yeah.
We have next year's theme picked out.
I get it if you can't give the secret sauce.
No, I can't give that away. I can't give that one away yet. I can't give that one away yet. I don't know if I want to move venues. Yeah. I'm like 50-50 on moving the venues.
How was that, man? Because it's like you see it solidified in that spot, and everybody knows that spot, that location.
Yep.
But naturally, as the show grows, the venue becomes smaller.
Yep.
I know that's got to be.
It's good and bad because like it's good because it's small and it makes people feel they are part of something big.
Yeah.
Whereas if I got a big venue and I didn't fill it, it would just be like, damn, I don't know if I should have just stayed where I would have doubts and go, damn, I don't know if I should have stayed where I was at.
Yeah.
You know, what can I do different? And then next thing you know, I'm up at 2:00 in the morning looking online for how to make it, how to improve, or what can I do? And I'm going, all right, I'm comfortable where we're at. I like being able to have control of it. You know, I have power there. I have access to the buildings. I have storage. I go someplace else. Now I got to pay for a spot. Pricing goes up. Now you have people, oh, the pricing went up. Not, you know, the venue might say, hey, you know, you need to have more police detail. You need to have more this. There's more rules with a different venue.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I have to jump that hurdle, I have to jump that hurdle.
Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you doing this, man. I appreciate it.
Man, dope backstory. We want to bring more to you guys. Yep. But until the next time, y'all know the vibes. Stay up. Stay blessed. Peace.